Hello, welcome to the Swing and Bunt podcast. We have Mac Allen and Wes Wagner tonight. Probably the biggest all-star group we've ever had. When Mitch and Jake are not here, it's always the best.
Yes, it is.
Today we're going to discuss a couple things: some MLB, some NBA, a little NFL. But you'll see. It's all good stuff. Probably go a little deeper in the NBA than we normally do because it's just us three, the bigger NBA guys in the group. With further ado, let's get started. All right, guys. We'll start off with a bang. This past week, there was a record broken. And the record was the oldest person to ever win a championship in golf, one of the four majors in golf. Wow. And that was Phil Mickelson, who is 50 years old, I believe. Yep. I don't remember who the oldest was before. I probably should have looked that up, but we don't do that on the show.
Nah.
So
that's just like the time before.
So it's pretty amazing because Phil Mickelson is such a loved figure in golf, and he has been stinking. He's like ranked in the hundreds, I'm pretty sure, which is not good. It's better than me, but it's not good. So what are y'all thoughts? What do y'all think about this? I mean, I know you're not really huge into golf, but I mean, Mac works at a golf shop, so.
Yeah. So I had it on over the weekend at the golf shop, so I was kind of watching it. I just know that he was kind of not at the front of the pack like the first 2 days, and then he kind of came back. So I thought that was pretty interesting too.
Probably not the first day, but the second day he was in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, Phil's one of the greatest of all time, and showed he's still got a little game left. So
I thought it was neat that Tiger tweeted about it. I mean, his tweet, whatever. But I mean, I haven't heard anything from him since the wreck. So it's pretty nice to see that he's still alive. He's kicking.
Yeah,
probably not kicking, but he's alive.
Punching.
So that's pretty sweet. Anyway,
Good for Phil.
Yeah, good for Phil. It's been a while. Of course, he's wrecking the senior PGA Tour. He's pretty much dominating it. But when you got it, I got it, I guess. All right, moving on. MLB. This is usually our main segment. We have a bi-weekly, every other weekly power rankings. But before we do that, we got a couple of news. I don't know if y'all saw this, but the home run leader for the season actually just became someone new. Did you see that?
Is it Brandon Crawford?
Is it Ronald Acuna?
It is not. Ronald Acuna was in first, but Vlad Guerrero Jr. is first right now with 16 home runs, which is one ahead of Ronald. I think two ahead of Ohtani. Everyone's kind of catching up.
James, if you remember, in our rankings, I was like, Guerrero's going to go off this year. You're like, I was like, Guerrero, he's a sleeper. He's going off. I
saw a meme say it was actually funny. It's like 2020, Vlad Guerrero's overhyped. In 2021, he's overranked or something. And now they say he's one of the greatest hitters in baseball. I was like, yeah, that's pretty right.
Not bad.
He's a big boy.
Brandon Crawford has 11.
Wow, way back there. Brandon Crawford. I ain't heard that name since 1986.
He's still playing?
He's still kicking it.
Him and Buster Posey.
Is Brendan Bell still on that team too?
Yeah.
Oh, my Atlanta.
And then I don't know anyone else.
Attaboy. What other news do we have for the MLB? No new no-hitters that I know of.
No, not yet. I mean, 6 no-hitters and this season's nuts. So, I mean, hopefully we can get some runs. The Dodgers are still the Dodgers, winning 11 out of 12 games. So,
the Rays are the hottest team in baseball right now. They've won 11 in a row.
Scorching. Yep. It's like the teams that we thought were going to be there are starting to figure it out.
Yeah.
So, the Padres are right up there with the league leaders as well. So, our predictions are looking pretty good, except for one team I see. So other than that,
what team?
The Twins. They are.
Did I have the Twins? I don't even think I had the Twins.
I mean, I know they since they won the division last year, we were like super high on them again, but they've just been terrible, garbage.
That whole
Really?
division's pretty bad.
The White Sox. I mean,
They just
Listen.
got swept though.
I mean, we all hate the Indians, so I mean they suck, but they're in second. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Had to get it out there. I hear you. All right. So yeah, that's what we have. We're gonna go ahead and do our power rankings. We're gonna go 10-1.
Nice. I love that.
All right. Good thing I didn't have my list in front of me. I have the teams in front of me, but not the list. So this should be fun. All right. We're gonna start at number 10, and Mackenzie is gonna start at number 10 because he has a spreadsheet with everything on it.
Yep. So, which is obviously going to be correct. So at number 10, I've got the White Sox.
Okay. All right.
I would have had them a little higher.
I would have
Do
had them a little
tell.
higher.
Why do you have them at 10?
Ask me why.
Why?
Just because they've had the easiest strength of schedule, and their last 10, they are at 500 with 5-5, and they're 7th overall. So I don't really see them any higher than 7. And so with my formula, they squeaked in at 10.
Squeaked in.
Now,
Squeaked
they
in.
have the highest run differential in the American League.
That is true.
That's just
I
because
don't-
they play bad teams?
Yes.
Nailed it.
All right.
Okay. All right, Wesley, where do you have the White Sox?
I mean, they were going to be, so no, at least 6 or 7, at least.
I had them 7 or 8, so we'll compromise at 7 with us. Just what we think.
Right.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying that. I'm not
nominated
saying they
10.
are 7.
Right.
I can't put them 10. I think they're too good to be 10.
All right.
Who
So
do
we're
you have
putting
at 10,
7?
Wes? Well, we'll see. What do you got about Wes? What do you got at 10?
At 10, well, for 10 for me, I was going to say the San Francisco Giants.
Can't have that.
Now, I think they started off very strong, and I still want to have them in here. I think they are, the other teams are catching up. So I still wanted to have them on the list, but I do think some other teams are catching up for sure.
All right, hear me out. Now, if this was just predicting the rest of the season, I would 100% agree with you because they're about to have to face probably the Dodgers and Padres every other week. But at 10 right now, even though I just said this at the beginning of the show that I wasn't going to do this, I think 10's a little low.
Okay, I mean, I could also put the Astros here.
Okay, I can see that.
My argument there is of them over the Giants is who would I rather face right now? And the Astros have 5 guys hitting over 300. Their pitching is coming along very well. Starting pitching has been very good. Bullpen's a little shaky, but so are the Giants. What's Jake McGee's ERA, Mac?
I have no idea.
He's their closer. So
Tyler Rogers is basically their closer now, and he has a under 1 ERA. So
Jake McGee
that argument's out.
He was the closer. Look at his ERA. So
But he's out of there.
But yeah, that was the reasoning I would have the Astros over them. But again, 9-10, you're splitting hairs. So.
All right, so can we agree Astros 10, Giants 9?
No, but I will accept it.
We will agree. We're in agreement,
I'll
in
do that.
accord.
So Astros 10, Giants 9.
Yeah. And then all right, so
I think it's you, James.
all right.
White Sox 7,
Let me see. 1, 2, 3.
or we can get there. We'll get there. We'll work on it.
So James has 8.
All right, so there's I'm finally not gonna put the Mets in it. Even though they're about to get
Thank
Jacob
you.
DeGrom back. But it is what it is. Now there are 3 teams here. And I'm just gonna go with the one. I can't go Oakland. Their run differential is too bad. I can't go with them.
Jake's trying to get in, by the way. My bad.
Oh, thank you. I was in the zone.
Yeah, I know.
Can't go Oakland.
This is high quality, as they say. Anywho,
On the podcast.
I put him in, but I don't see him. But he's in here. There he goes. I cannot go Oakland here. I think they're right at 11.
What's up, fellas?
Howdy.
What's up, Jake?
We're live.
We're right in the middle of our power rankings where James is picking number 8 of our
All right,
list.
perfect.
Astros are 10, Giants are 9.
Oh, we're starting from 10.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we want it to be
Okay.
exciting.
All right,
I'm driving, so I probably won't be super involved, but I'll pitch in here and there.
That's
All
cool.
right. At number 8, I am going to go with the St. Louis Cardinals. I wanted to choose between them and the Indians. They're both 4-6 in their last 10. Run differential Cardinals are better, and Jack Flaherty won again. He's 8-0. I know you keep saying he's played bad teams, but they're MLB teams that he's beat them. I mean, he's not losing, and his ERA is very low. Their offense is good, and it's going to only get better. So I put the Cardinals at 8.
He's doing what he's supposed to be doing against the bad teams and more. So, there's something to say about that.
You can only pitch against who you play against.
Exactly. Words of wisdom from
I don't
Jake.
think the Indians belong in this.
But they're not on
interesting.
there. So
Which is interesting because if James thinks the Athletics are not in here, there's one team in here that probably shouldn't be in here that James thinks is.
Okay.
But we'll get there. Mac, who you got at 7?
So at 7, I had the Giants. We already put them at 9. I think we said earlier White Sox at 7.
Yep.
So
I can live with the White Sox at 7. I
take
think they're a little
6?
better than that.
yeah, go ahead, man.
But I can live with them at 7.
So 6, I would go Red Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually good.
Yeah.
All right.
I had to
Alright.
think about it for a second.
Go formula.
Now tell us why in your formula.
All right. So why? Let's see. So
Tell me
29,
why.
29 and 19 overall, 7-3, the past 10, which is pretty good. Strength of schedule, they've got a pretty easy schedule. So I think what really put them at 6th was the good overall record, and then 7-3 in the last 10.
Yeah, I mean their lineup is just stacked right now. I mean
Yeah.
they're all hitting. So we'll see how long that lasts.
I think they lost to the Blue Jays.
No, they
recently.
took 2 of 3 from the Blue Jays and the Phillies last week, but they're still lost their lead to the Rays and the Yankees since they've been coming on strong.
I am missing a team.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that's my 6.
Red Sox is 6 then.
I don't know what we're going to. Do you have 5 teams ahead of them?
Do I?
No,
I don't either. I got 4
because we
teams ahead
had
of
the
them.
White Sox 7. So someone's gonna get. We can just
Someone's
bump
going to
someone.
bumped up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Giants. Probably the White Sox.
I mean, they're all going to move up 1, I think, and then we're going to put a new 10 in.
So yeah, we'll come back to 10 because there's a few teams we can put at 10.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Wes, number 5,
Number 5.
which is really number 4, but continue.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's pretty easy. I'm gonna go with the Yankees here. They won 6 in a row and 12-3 in their last 15 games. Starting pitching has been better, which is good because their lineup is also hitting decent. They're
Garrett Cole's on like 3 strikeouts behind Shane Bieber.
yeah. So Domingo Herman, Jordan Montgomery, and Garrett Cole, they're all playing great. Now Stanton, they should be getting him off the DL or IL. DL, old school. They should be getting him off the IL soon. So we'll see. We'll see how he comes back. But yeah, I have the Yankees at 4.
I think you could flip flop 3 and 4 because 1 and 2, I think you could flip flop as well. But I'll go ahead and do number 3, and I have the Tampa Bay Rays at number 3.
Yep.
The hottest team in baseball right now. They've won 11 in a row. They were shaky before, so it's kind of hard to put them ahead. These 2 teams that are first and second because I just think they're the 2 best teams in baseball, and I don't think it's even close. At least right now. I mean, I could see the Yankees climbing up in there. But
yeah. I mean, it was a big surprise for me that they traded Willie Adames, their shortstop. They have the number 1 prospect in baseball, who's also a shortstop. Yet they bring up their number 7 overall prospect, who's also a shortstop. So, I thought that was Wander Franco time whenever they traded Adames, and they bring up the other guy. With the other guys, he's hitting 375 and 8 at bats.
Yeah.
So,
No big deal.
we'll see how long that lasts. But I feel bad for him because he's definitely a placeholder for Franco. So for the Rays. But anyways, I would agree. I think the Rays are 3 and the top 2 teams are.
Who else did they trade? A relief pitcher? Is that what else they traded? And then they got rid of two people. I don't remember who they were.
I did not see
that same trade.
Pitcher.
I'll look it up. All right.
I had Rays at 1. Mostly because
Winning streak.
10-0 winning streak will last 10-0. And then their strength of schedule, they have the 5th hardest. So that's really what launched them. But I'm happy with 3.
Yeah, I think really they're 3 just due to how strong the other 2 teams are, at least on paper.
Right.
The Rays are always just scrappy, and they have some really strong players. But they do have some guys who are like no names. And the Rays or the other 2 teams, they're just big names. Major markets. So
Trevor Richards was also in that trade.
Yes.
So I've got 2, or James, you've got 2.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, yeah, Max got 2.
Okay, I'll go Padres at 2.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either way. It's having the team at number 1 was not in our top 10 the last time we did this. So,
shows you how streaky we are.
Yes, our power rankings are on point. It's San Diego. Their pitching staff. We talked about their offense with Tatis and all those guys, but their pitching staff has the best ERA in the majors at 2.59, which is not even close. So, but that other team is pretty damn strong.
Before we decide, hear me out. All right, the run differential is almost exactly the same. It's 1 apart. The Dodgers have 1 worse than the Padres. Now, saying that, the Dodgers have scored 20 more runs in 1 less game. But here's the thing. This is why I would be willing to put the Padres number 1. On the road, the Padres are 12-8. The Dodgers are 13-12.
Okay.
So the Padres are quite better on the road. I think that is significant in this. Obviously, the Dodgers are 16-6 at home, and the Padres are only 18-10. But that's still 8 over 500. But I think that road record is significant in this.
Here's my counter to that. The road record is a little inflated because their last 6 road games, they went 6-0 against the Rockies and the Mariners.
Okay.
And their run differential was also plus 35 in those 6 games.
Let's see who the Dodgers have played. Continue. Keep going.
So the Padres just got that run differential close because they just smacked the Rockies and the Mariners the past 6 games. So yes, the Padres are the second best team in baseball, I think. But I would still take the Dodgers with their. Now that I just made my argument for the Padres pitching staff, but I'm still a little more scared of the Dodgers than I am the Padres right now. And the Dodgers are going through having some injuries right now. Seager's out. They're having some. I think Bellinger's out too, if I'm not mistaken. But but still, I'm still scared of the Dodgers.
I'm fine with that. I was just trying to play devil's advocate, as they say.
Yes.
I thought that was an interesting stat that they're that good on the road, even though they played these easy teams.
Well, 6-0 in their last road games against the Rockies and Mariners, and with a plus 35 run differential. So,
all right. So let's recap. We got the Dodgers at 1, Padres at 2, Rays at 3, Yankees 4, Red Sox 5, White Sox 6, Giants 7,
Cardinals 7. That was your team, wasn't it?
No, my dogs are going crazy. You can't hear them?
We can barely hear them.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. Where am I at?
Cardinals 7.
Cardinals 7.
Cardinals 7. Astros 8.
Giants 8.
Giants
Astros
8.
9.
Astros 9. All right. I do apologize. Set my dog.
We
We
really
got
distracted
Giants
me.
8.
Yes.
I have some qualms. That's fine.
Do you think they're too high or too low?
I'd have them probably more around 5 or 6. I know that they have kind of been a little bit lower lately, but they're still second in the division, not behind like 2 games.
No, they're 1.5 behind the Padres.
So they're third. In
Yeah,
that
and the
division.
Padres are like the
But-
highest record in baseball, right? Or second highest?
Yeah, first. They
They're-
were first
yeah.
this morning.
They're 5-5 in their last 10 and just got swept.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the sweep. I understand why it moves you down a few spots, but to me, a team who's 1.5 games out of the best team in baseball, who just got swept, I think that's maybe a little bit too recency bias.
So
I
are
probably have them around 4 or 5.
The majority
but
of
I'm not
teams
gonna change
ahead
the
of
ranking.
them also are a game and a half out of first place.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They
It's
had
that close of a race. Huh?
Their sixth
Yeah.
best record in baseball. So we only moved them down 2 spots. And
They're
they
sixth
lost.
best?
Yeah, and they lost 2 of 4 to the Pirates. So
So maybe where they're coming back down to earth, kind of to where we expected them to
Yeah.
be.
yeah, that's why
Yeah.
we put them at 8, and we said
Yeah.
that earlier.
I would still would have been more comfortable 6, but okay, I understand.
All right, now we have to discuss 10.
10. So our options are
Everybody, how about this? Everybody put a team who they want at 10.
Okay, I'm good
Okay.
with that.
Who are the people that are there right now?
So we have available the A's, the Indians, the Cubs, the Mets, the Brewers, the Blue Jays, the Marlins, the Braves, the Royals, and so down. All right, we'll start with Jake since he's in and out.
Cubs.
All right, Wesley.
This is awkward. Indians.
Mac.
Oakland.
I'm gonna be the whole body. I'm gonna say the Braves because they're very hot right now. And
I changed my vote to Oakland.
all right, well there you go.
I would actually put Oakland at like 7 or 8.
Well, I can't pick Oakland because I hate them. So
I can't pick them because I don't think they're top 10, but I am.
I hate
We will
them.
put them at 10.
All right.
I would like to pick the Indians. I've watched too many games to see how bad they are at hitting with runners in position and how inconsistent our starting pitching's been. And with Franmil Reyes now on the DL for a few weeks, and Tristan McKenzie getting sent to AAA. I mean, that's 2 of our pitchers been sent down. I just don't think the Indians are a top 10 team right now.
well, take away their 2 no-hitters and their average hitting team. So
You're not wrong.
Do you
I
wanna-
actually don't think that. Sadly, I don't think that's true, Wes.
All right,
You wanna-
I do. Sorry, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you want to hear a top 10 from 2 weeks ago?
Sure, far away.
So 1 to 10, we had A's, Cardinals, Red Sox, 4 Giants, 5 White Sox, 6 Indians, 7 Padres, 8 Yankees, 9 Mets, 10 Brewers.
So the
So-
team that really stayed was who was third?
Third was Red Sox,
So the Red Sox are the only team that really stayed around pretty close
Yeah.
to where they are.
from 3 to 5. Yeah.
Where were the Padres before? 5 or 6?
Padres before were 7,
Where do we have them now?
2.
What, 2?
now, if we had done power rankings last week, the A's would not have been number 1 or close because the Astros were in first place. But getting swept by the Rangers, that kind of hurts your rankings a little bit.
The Rangers are pesky this year. They've got some players. I mean, they're not going to be a good team, but they're definitely going to win some games that'll surprise you.
Well, they got this guy named Adonis Garcia who hit like 16 home runs all against the Astros this season. So he likes hitting against us apparently. So
The Major League is 15 right now.
16, but that's okay.
and it's Adonis Garcia. No,
Did someone hit one? Did
Yeah, he's
Vladdy hit one today?
Yeah.
but he has hit 15 homers, and probably about 5 of them have been against the Astros this year. So he's an Astro killer. Adonis
All right.
Garcia.
I do have a hot take.
Blue Jays
And-
at 10.
No, it has nothing to do with that. Forget that. I would put them at 10. I would not be mad about that, but that's not what it is.
And now, wait, do the high heat thing, James.
I don't remember
Okay.
the high thing.
Fine, I'll put it in.
Attaboy. All right. I want to do this for next year, but I'm going to do it for this year and make it extra, extra hot. Austin Riley will be an MVP candidate this year.
Who's that?
He's playing really well. Didn't he win Player of the Week last week?
He did. And
I believe Austin Riley won NL Player of the Week last week.
He did.
Do you know the last time we said something good about Austin Riley and he went like 0 for his next 65?
Yeah, that was also the first season he was ever in the majors. It was like his.
Well, he needs to prove it to me that he can keep it going.
Well, that's why it's called. I don't know what he just said.
I don't know what he said either.
I'm sorry, I said he'd be rookie.
Still got nothing. Whatever you say now, put in the show later. All right.
Austin Riley, future MVP. Got it.
And they were talking to Ronald Acuna about it. You know, they've been together pretty much ever since they've been in the minors and major. They came up at the same time. And he was talking about how he could be a better hitter than him. Like, he was talking about how good of a hitter he is. And it's not just power. I mean, he has power, obviously. But he's starting to walk. His on base percentage is climbing like a banshee. So, and I find that very important. Anyhow.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to be a great hitter. And, you know, then he went on a historic slump. But, you know, I hope we don't jinx him again.
Yes, Jake.
Who were the last two players to both be in the top 5 in MVP voting on their team? 2 players on the same team.
Greinke and Kershaw.
Bieber and Ramirez.
Braun and Fielder.
Bieber and Ramirez. Do you know the previous 2 before that?
Braun and Fielder.
Do you know the previous 2 before that?
No.
Lindor and Ramirez.
Yeah.
Glad that worked out well for y'all. All right, moving on. Biggest surprise and disappointment so far this year from baseball. I'll start. Biggest surprise is obviously, to me, the Boston Red Sox. We kind of gave up on them. And they don't even have Chris Sale. Chris Sale's not even pitching. And they're still doing good. They're keeping up. They're doing well in that division. They're competing with the Yankees. And they just look a pretty good all-around team. I mean, they added Kiki Hernandez. They added Verdugo. And they're just performing like they're scrappy. And I love that about them. So that's my biggest surprise so far of the year.
Yeah, I guess I'll go next. Honestly, I think the Giants have been a big surprise. I think most of us had them in the bottom 5 of our power rankings, and they've been fantastic. So hats off to the Giants. I mean, they're pitching. I know that whatever that guy with a big long last name, DeSclafani or whatever his name is, he got hammered by the Dodgers a few days ago. But other than that, he's been a great pitcher so far. Yeah, hats off to the Giants. I hope they can keep it going. They've been awesome this year.
My biggest surprise, I had a conversation with one of my students. I said that if the Brewers could have any pitching, they'd be a good team this year. And their pitching has actually been really solid. Corbin Burns has been like an anchor for their team, and they've had a lot of other good pitching around throughout the year. And it's been their offense that's been letting them down. So the Brewers pitching's been a huge surprise for me. I mean, it hasn't been off the books nuts, but it's been a top half pitching team, which I did not expect.
I would agree with that.
I fully agree.
I would have said the Giants. I don't pay attention to too much outside of the Giants, but I'll go with I'm gonna butcher his name. Shotani. That's a big surprise. A pitcher and a hitter.
That he's healthy. That's the biggest surprise.
Yeah. And I mean, he's all like last season, he was a pretty good hitter, but pitching was nowhere to be found. But now he's a freaking dynamite pitcher, and the hitting's there.
I mean, this is what the hype was supposed to be. I mean,
yeah.
When everyone saw him coming from Japan, this is what we expected. Just took him some time to get there.
Yeah. And he's been awesome. It's
nuts that he played last year. I know it doesn't really affect him, but he had Tommy John surgery and he still played. I love that about him. He could have sat out and rested, but he wanted to play.
I know there's been tons of memes about it, but there was one that said, it's like, oh, Ohtani, he pitched 88 pitches and then went to right field. And it's like, Hey, I did this when I was in the 7th grade.
High school, yeah.
I know that feeling. Arm dying and still trying to make a throw to home plate.
The coach is praying nothing goes that direction. Pitch everything outside to lefties.
So a little backstory. Me and Micah Burdett, he used to play center. I played left. We'd be sitting there going, please don't hit it to us. Our arms are so bad.
Didn't matter. Most of them landed behind you anyways, but
Yeah, well, you know.
It is what it is. Definitely if y'all two are in the outfield. Who's pitching? Caleb, Courtney?
if it wasn't Wes or Micah, it was Caleb or Adam.
Well, if it was Jake, we wouldn't have to worry about it because he just wouldn't want him out of the park.
Every time.
They wouldn't hit it. I would just hit them in the arm over and over and over again.
I don't know what's going on,
still
Coach.
We wouldn't have to worry about that either. No, it's all good.
All right, moving on. Biggest disappointment.
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I forgot. Oh, yeah, I remember. My biggest disappointment isn't something I expected to be awesome, but it's a franchise I'm actually disappointed in. I think cutting Albert Pujols is good, but they're still paying part of his salary. But the Los Angeles Angels have been such a disappointing franchise to have Mike Trout on your team for the last 6-7 years and to never even make a deep playoff run. And then to again have now Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani on your team, and your team still sucks. It's just a disappointment. I want to see that team be good, and just to see them be bad year in and year out. We think they've got a good shot at being a good team. It's just honestly a disappointing part of baseball.
Oh, that's great.
I agree because I'm a fan of the Angels, so
Yeah, James puts them in there AL West every year.
every year, and I'm gonna keep going until I get it right.
And I tell y'all that every year. And me.
It's just I don't know if they're just a poorly run organization
It's got to be.
or what, but it's just disappointing. You have maybe the greatest player to ever play the game on your team, and not have the best way player to play since Babe Ruth, and you've got a full team. How has this happened?
I mean, we talk about it. We talk about it every time. The lineup is there. The hitting's there. They're starting pitching. They try to put little Band-Aids on it every year. Dylan Bundy's actually worked out, but they tried to bring in Jose Quintana and Alex Cobb, and those guys have not worked out. So now they're stuck with hoping guys like Andrew Heaney work out, and just none of it's worked out for them, except for Ohtani. And Ohtani's been fantastic, but he pitches every 6th day, not even every 5th day. So
I mean, it is rough because if you're going to pay someone like Trout and Ohtani, you're spending a lot of your money on 2 players. So you don't have a lot of money to play with for some other guys. But I feel like you either have to go, hey, we're really going to scrap together a team that's analytically good, like the A style, for the rest of your team, for the other 7 players and pitchers. Or you got to go Dodgers, Padres style. You're like, look, this is our year. We've got to go all in. We've got 2 guys to build around. Let's spend some freaking money and build a good team around these guys. You got to do one of the 2. You can't just field an average or half-average team out there and expect it to fall into place because you have 2 good guys. You can't do it.
Jake, that was probably the best take I've ever heard you have.
Well, except for the fact he said Ohtani makes a lot, because Ohtani's making rookie money right now. But Rendon is making.
He signed a big contract. He didn't have to come in as a rookie, did he?
No, he did. He did though. He didn't have to, but he did.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
Rendon's making a ton of money, so that applies.
And Rendon. Yeah.
Tries to add
But he's playing really. Rendon's not playing well though.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Mac, you want to go next?
I didn't really have any expectations, so I don't have any.
Attaboy.
Well, I have 2 then, so I'll take one for him
Nice.
one for each. I think the Minnesota Twins have been extremely disappointing. Last place in their division after a lot of us were thinking they were going to be near the top. Now, we thought the White Sox would be solid, but I think most of us had the Twins as the best team in that division due to their lineup and their pitching. Their pitching has just not been there. Their lineup they've been hit with some injuries as well. So the Twins have been disappointing for me. The other disappointment has been George Springer. He's been on the injured list the entire season with the hamstring. He came back for 4 games, and then he was back on the injured list with the hamstring. So George Springer is a huge disappointment for me for the Blue Jays. Hope for a team hoping to take the next step. And yeah, Vlad Guerrero has been playing fantastic. They just need a little bit more, and Springer could have done that for them, and he hasn't so far. So it's still early, but he's still probably going to be out a few more weeks with that hamstring.
I
so
think
it's disappointing.
the Blue Jays are the next really good team. Like, I think the Blue Jays could be the next Padres. You know what I mean? A team that just rebuilds over a couple of years. I like the Twins take specifically. I honestly think what the issue is with them, they have blown so many leads. I was watching the Indians game. The Indians beat them 2-3 in the last series. And they were talking about the Twins losing these one-run games. And their offense is game offense has been. They're playing pretty well. I mean, they aren't the Bomba squad they had a couple of years ago, but they're still playing well. And their starting pitching is not awful, but their bullpen's been horrendous. And they brought in Alex Colomé to like shore up that bullpen they had. But in 2020, they were an average bullpen. 2019, Taylor Rogers and who was that other guy?
The guy we
I can't remember who it was.
Was it Brandon Kinsler?
Maybe. It was really good in 2019. And then they brought in Colomé this year, who's just been awful. And their bullpens had no consistent, like, there's guys moving around all the time and trying to figure it out. And they just keep losing games because of their bullpen. So, I don't know. Maybe
I'll read you their lineup right now. So, Max Kepler, he's hitting 220. Josh Donaldson hitting 230. Miguel Sano, 183. Jorge Polanco, 230. Mitch Garver, 212. And Drelton Simmons, 240. So, I mean, then they got some other guys. Larnack, 208. And then Alex Kirilloff, 230. So
not great, Bob.
Not one player hitting over 300. That's a regular for them.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of teams that don't have a player hitting over 300. That's just how baseball is right now. They're still hitting home runs though, but they're striking out a ton. I mean, they're striking out a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
I
like to take.
You got another one, Wes?
No, it was just the Twins and the George Springer.
Okay. Oh, sorry, you said Springer. I was gonna say the Angels as well. Like I said, I love Mike Trout. He's my favorite player to watch. I love watching Ohtani. I love Rendon, but I mean, I wish they would. I mean, what Jake said was exactly what I was thinking. I wish they would spin like the Dodgers or Padres for at least for a couple seasons and just go for it because they're not going to get it how they're doing it now. And it's obvious.
And it's sad that that's how baseball is because honestly, that statement you just said, they're not going to win it unless they go for it. It's true for every team. You cannot compete consistently. You can get one good year where all the stars come into place and get a good run like the Rays did last year, but you cannot compete consistently unless you just spend a butt ton of money. And that's how you win baseball, which is sad, but it's just the truth.
I agree. Sorry. All right, moving on. This is taking forever. I feel like the baseball, but I love baseball. We all love baseball, so you should love baseball as well. Right, Mac?
Right.
All right, so let's go ahead and go. We're going to switch it around a little bit. We're going to go NFL news because it's going to help me transition into the next section. Mac, you want to go ahead and tell us the big news out of the Bay Area?
So breaking today, Jeff Wilson tears meniscus. So go out and pick up Trey Sermon, everybody.
This
Who
is
tore
not
his-
a fancy pink.
Jeff Wilson did?
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson.
Oh, that's kind of big.
Yeah.
That's a whole year recovery, right? So he's out
6 months. 6 to 8 months is what it said.
He's had a good
68
chunk.
months.
6 to 8
The
months.
rest of his life, he's
dead for. Also, I don't want to get too deep into this because we will a little more. Aaron Rodgers didn't report to OTAs. Julio Jones is going to leave Atlanta. He said it basically. I mean, straight up said it.
straight up
Did he know?
out of there.
Did he
Live.
know he was being recorded?
I don't
No,
think he
not.
did.
He did not.
Honestly, this is just me. Maybe that's how Julio Jones always talks. He sounded super faded.
I don't think he's that kind of person either, though. So,
From what basis?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I mean,
The kind of person? I mean, like,
they talk about how he's like one of the guys that will not go to the bar with everyone. Will go home and just hang out by himself and chill and stuff and play Xbox.
Get faded.
or say
Yeah.
go home and get baked at his house by himself. I don't know.
Anywho,
I mean, that's total speculation. But
Do you want
maybe
me
that's
to call
how
him
he
and
always
ask?
talks.
nice.
But hey, so how high are you right now?
Hey, it's your
I
favorite
mean,
uncle.
when he was talking, I was like, bro, he's high.
I mean,
Anywho,
like as Julio Jones, though, if someone like Shannon Sharp, who you know is a TV guy,
Oh
like, you know he's a TV guy, you have to know there's even a slight chance this is being recorded. So
Well, even if it's not being recorded, that he would at least repeat it in his show the
exactly,
next day. So,
yeah. So you got to watch what you say, especially those guys. I mean, it's like if Scott Van Pelt gives you a call. It's like, hey, what's up, man? You coming back? It's like, no, you're not. It's gonna be like, out of here. Like, come
No,
on.
apparently
Come
Shannon
on.
Sharp and Julio Jones know each other pretty well, though.
I think it's literally his uncle.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he called him. He called him. So
So I don't know. Shannon may have done something a little shifty there, but or whatever.
Anywho, also Deshaun Watson still wants out of Houston, even though I don't know who's going to take him, but that's not really the most important thing. We're going to save it. Don't say anything. Anything else you got besides that stuff? NFL wise. OTA started, so that's pretty cool.
someone
A guy
just
for
made
the
a
Patriots.
$1,000 bet that Josh Rosen would be the starter for Week 1 for the 49ers.
What? That
What's
$1,000
the payout on
bet.
that? $1 million to 1?
He would win $33,000.
That's it. That's
So
What position is Josh Rose?
he's a
He's
quarterback.
quarterback.
Okay.
I don't know how this is escaping the news, but I heard an interesting topic on a radio show today. You know how Tim Tebow's trying to be a tight end again or whatever?
Yes.
And people are saying that's messed up that they're going to give Tim Tebow a shot when there's kids all over the country that are trying to work to get this. They'll never get that chance. So people say that, but then the same thing just happened. A guy whose last name is Heel, Gil, it's pronounced Heel, for the Patriots. He played football for a few years, and then he went back. He wasn't very good. Played minor league baseball for like 3 or 4 years. The Patriots just re-signed him after 4 years, and no one comes out and complains about that. But because people don't like Tim Tebow, they act like he's taking someone's job. I just thought it was an interesting thing.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Tebow's he's a polarizing player.
He's easy to hate.
I think it's interesting that people are so like on the hype train. I think Tim's a great guy. I hope he makes his team. I really do. But he's a quarterback ex-quarterback at 33 years old, trying to make it as a tight end. So I'd say that the odds of him actually making the team, because it's a non-guaranteed contract, the odds of him making the team are slim, in my opinion.
I agree.
So
I agree.
But why wouldn't you take a shot at him? I mean, he's an athletic guguy who's got the right body. Take a shot and see what happens.
I would 100% take this shot, especially as a guy who formerly, he won a Heisman Trophy under me, 2 national championships. Yeah, of course, he's a great
And
guy.
he's from Jacksonville. He lives there.
Locker room.
Yep.
He's a great locker room guy.
Yep, he's a guy that you want to be a leader on your team.
It's a no-brainer.
He was with Urban Meyer for years. It just makes sense.
All right. Josh is. Oh gosh.
Nice.
Jake, we lost you. All that. So.
But it was good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to transition into our next section. I'm going to call it "Where Are They Going?"
Okay.
Awesome.
I have 10 names in front of me that potentially are on the trading block or news as they want to move. All right.
Are we keeping track of what we say?
No. You can in your head. I'm
going to write it down.
We're going to start baseball, and then we're going to do football. Now, I know baseball is going to be a little harder because some of these people aren't super on the trading block, but there's rumors that they're going to be trading.
All right.
Let's start off with Danny Duffy. Currently one of the best pitchers in baseball, who pitches for the Kansas City Royals, who have no chance to go into the playoffs. And they should be sellers at the trade deadline. And I believe Duffy is one of those people to go. Where does he go?
Angels.
Interesting. Okay. You could say
Yankees.
You could say stay.
He's in the last year of his contract with the Royals.
So it'd be a rental.
I think if Mike Trout comes back and around the break, they're a few games out of the wild card or in the wild card hunt, I think that the Angels go for Danny Duffy. That'd be a good move. At least I would do it if I was them. They probably won't because they're stupid.
All right, you said Yankees, which I think is a very possible.
I thought you said Angels.
Angels.
No. Max said Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what do you think, Wes?
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
I like it. I will go. Let's go bold. Let's go in division. to the White Sox.
I thought about the White Sox. I did think about it, but I think, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that they like their guys, but we'll see. We'll see how they feel later.
We'll see. All right, moving on. Another big pitcher, Max Scherzer. He's the hottest name coming up on everybody's board. He has a 2.2 ERA, I believe. He's pitching out of his mind right now. Where does he go?
Where's Washington in the standings?
They are in last place, but 2 games out of first place.
They're 7.5 behind the Padres. I just have that in front of me.
But they're 2 games out of first place in their division.
I bet he stays.
Who is this we're talking about?
I'm going to say
Max
stay.
Scherzer.
I'm saying stay as well.
I say stay.
Go ahead, Mac. Go ahead and say Yankees.
Yankees.
I will choose the Yankees as well.
Hey, you can't copy me.
Sorry. If he goes to the Yankees, him and DeGrom, him and Cole, that'd be nuts. It'd be awful.
That'd be interesting if he went to the Mets.
I don't see them as buyer. Well, they've been spending more money this year than they ever have, so maybe.
Yeah, but interdivision trade.
Yeah, and I
trade back
seriously doubt they will.
to the Mets. Watch him beat one more time that year.
So, all right, moving on. All right, we have 3 more baseball. Joey Gallo, hot commodity right now.
Can you say baseball players? Can you say in position and team?
He's for the Rangers. He DHs and plays first. Question.
No, he's
Right
an outfielder.
Oh, does he DH a lot though?
Not really, because he's a great
No,
outfielder.
he just plays right.
Okay.
I think he was a Gold Glover
Just
last
cannon.
year.
Right fielder. We'll start with Mac.
Come on.
All right, let's start with Wes. This one's kind of hard. Is Wes frozen? Or
Yeah, it looks like it.
Is he in the Is he in the last year of his contract?
I can't tell you. I don't have it pulled up. But go ahead, Jake,
If he's
because
in the
Wes is
last year of his
frozen.
contract, that's fine. If he's in the last year of his contract and the Indians are close, they'd be a perfect fit for him with the outfield they have. They just need help so bad. And if the Indians are still contending like they are right now, that would make a lot of sense. They do a lot of rental players because they're not worried about paying them the next year. But I don't think he has a huge dollar amount. So maybe even if he has a year left on his contract, I think that'd be a good fit. I know that Cleveland's talked about that for a couple of years, trying to get Joey Gallo. Indians and Rangers actually do a lot of trades. I mean, Kluber and Clase is one. David Murphy got traded. Yeah, he got traded back a couple times. There's a lot of other guys as well. Kenny Lofton, even a lot of different guys have been traded between the 2 organizations. So I think that's the landing spot for Gallo.
This show's a
Indians
disaster.
are
You broke up the last few words. I don't know what you said.
But you heard me say that. You heard me say the Indians, right?
Yes, I did hear
Yes.
that.
Well, that's all that matters.
All right.
Gatto signed a 1-year, $570,000 contract with the Rangers in 2020.
Hey,
2012.
he's still on league minimum, so definitely go.
All right, Jake. Jake, it's not working. We can't hear anything you say for the show, and you're frozen. All right, Mac. It's just me and you right now.
right.
What do you say?
I won't say Yankees. I'll go San Francisco.
I think if they're in it, I think that's not a bad place. This is hard because I mean, outfield's a pretty deep position everywhere. But I'm gonna go the St. Louis Cardinals. I think it kind of fits the mold what they do there. I was gonna say the Padres because their third outfielder is pretty weak, but I think the Cardinals make more sense for them. Jake, what do you think about that? I know, just don't talk a lot. Just talk a little.
I just don't know what the Padres. I mean, they've spent a crap ton of money, have they not? It's Cardinals, right?
Yeah, that's what I said to say. That's why I said Cardinals instead of Padres.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think they have to. but he is really cheap. So if they could get him without giving up too much, I could see it happening. It'd be a good move. Go all in.
All right. I like it. All right. Next one. Third baseman for the Chicago Cubs, Chris Bryant. So here's the situation. The Cubs have Chris Bryant and Javier Baez on the last year of their contract this year. And they have Wilson Contreras going through next season. All three of them are trade candidates this year. Chris Bryant is the most likely to be traded. That's what I've read. Where does he go? Jake, you want to give it a shot?
It helps that he's playing really well right now. I keep thinking of contending teams, and all the ones I think of have great third basemen. I mean, Cardinals are set. Red Sox are set. Who are the Yankees playing at third right now?
Let me look it up.
Oh, Giovanni Urshela.
I thought he was playing short.
No, I don't think so. Gleyber Torres should be playing short.
Oh, you're right. Let me double check though.
So, I don't know. Bryant can also play outfield.
All right, I'm just gonna mute him and unmute him when he starts messing up.
Sounds good.
All right, go ahead, Mac.
I'm going to go with the Dodgers.
The Dodgers. Do you know who the third baseman is?
Nope.
Just
But according to this article, it says the Dodgers need a third baseman.
I don't know off the top of my head who the third baseman is. I'm just gonna look it up real quick. Justin Turner. He's not going to the Dodgers unless he plays somewhere else.
Let me see what they say about the reasoning. Justin Turner is still a free agent and certainly not a lock. Okay, well then this article is written too late.
I mean, if Bryant can play outfield, he can.
I didn't hear a word you just said.
He said Bryant can play in outfield.
But they don't need outfielders either. That's the problem. They don't really need anything.
I'm sticking with it.
I like it. I will go with – this show's a disaster right now. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Rays.
Why? Tell me why, James.
I don't even know who their third baseman is. I've never heard of this guy in my life. I mean, it could be a young guy, but I don't know. I don't know who he is. Joey Wendell? Let's see what his stats are. He's probably killing it. Oh, he's batting .310.
Get him out of there.
I don't know. They can use him at DH. I mean, he's a good fielder. He's a decent fielder. He's not a great fielder. I'm sticking with it.
All right. I like it.
All right.
High heat.
Finally, the last baseball player, which I
Thank
think
God.
is the most likely one to get traded soon, is Trevor Story. I need West, man.
Yeah, you do.
All right. Trevor Story is a shortstop for the Colorado Rockies, who basically have no chance to do anything. So, Jake, in one word, give me a team. Who's he go to? You got to unmute yourself, though.
I think he resigns.
Okay.
Stay.
Interesting. Very interesting. I think he goes to the Yankees, and that's where I've heard the biggest rumors. They spend money, and he's probably a good fit for them. So we'll see. Welcome back. You have to connect your audio.
I think it's going to be like a Knicks Nets thing. He's going to go to the Mets. So everyone thought Kevin Durant was going to the Knicks, but he's actually a Net. So I think Story's going to go to the Mets.
Do you know who plays shortstop? You know they just paid one of the highest contracts as shortstop of the Mets ever.
Well, what if he gets injured?
Well, he stinks. That's not the point.
You can always put Story at second or third.
He does play third. He has played third before.
But
All
no,
right.
he's not going to the Mets.
All right, let's recap. Wes, you're gonna tell me what team you think these people are gonna go to. All right.
Hey, Mick, rapid fire.
Joey Gallo.
Yankees.
Hey, you can take my team.
Did you do Max Scherzer already?
Yes, I said stay.
He said stay, yeah.
Okay, Chris Bryant.
Stay.
And then Trevor Story.
Mets.
Yankees.
That's who I said as well. All right, that's all the baseball people. Duffy.
What did Jake say
Gallo.
for Bryant?
What'd you say for Bryant? Oh, he said stay.
No, I didn't say stay for Bryant. I said I forget.
I think you said stay.
Okay.
No,
I think you said
stay.
resign.
He said
Doesn't
stay
matter.
for Story.
We're gonna
All
go
right.
to NFL. All right.
All right.
NFL. Let's start off with not the biggest name, Gardner Minshew.
Heyo.
Does he stay or go? And to what team?
I don't think he warrants a conversation.
All right. Well, that means you think stay.
I guess free agent this year.
I think he would be a great asset to a team.
I think,
Houston.
especially if he keeps that mullet, yes.
All right, Mac.
I would probably say stay. I think he's a great backup QB.
I also think he stays, but I think where he should go, even though they got 3 quarterbacks already, are the Bears. I think he would be good in Chicago. But does he go there? I think he may have been rumored to, but I don't think he does anymore now that they drafted Fields and everything.
What about the Jets as a backup?
Well, I don't think they have a backup, so sure.
Right, because right now it's Haskins.
No, he's in Pittsburgh.
Yes. Who's the backup at Jets?
I don't know.
Are we still on Gardner Minshew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. Having some technical difficulties with my
Power.
Yes,
Brain.
that too. All right. Gardner Minshew. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, I don't know.
Just say stay.
Yeah. I could see Washington looking at him, them needing a quarterback, and I like Fitzpatrick, but I don't think he's going to take him to the promised land. I don't think Minshew will either, but I think he's an upgrade.
I like it. Are you recording all these? What, Mac?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
So Wes, you're saying stay, or you're saying
I'm going to say
Washington?
Football team.
I'll go Chicago. Why not?
Okay.
Ooh.
They have 4 quarterbacks, so I don't think it's going to actually happen. But all right, next up,
Jake, what does Jake say?
he said stay.
I don't care. It's a waste of my time.
You're a waste of my time. All right, next
We'll
up,
put Jets.
that's what I heard. Zach Ertz, tight end for the Eagles.
Is retire an option?
Sure. Do what you want to do, Mac.
Cardinals? Oh, yep. That's a football team too.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Chargers.
But they just got the tight end from the Saints.
Who?
Cook.
Jared Cook.
Well,
the Patriots got Hunter Henry and Johnny.
Well, they could go for 2.
I mean, you go with you want. I was just picking your brain here.
I'm going to go Chargers because they're in LA and they can spend. So,
I am going to go for funsies, the Tennessee Titans.
Nice. And I am going to go the Seahawks.
I like it. That was the quickest one we've had so far. All right, this is where it gets to the juicy stuff. All right. Let's go ahead and go. Let's go, Bonna. Let's go, Julio Jones. All right, we already know what Jake's going to say. Go ahead, Jake.
England?
Smith. I actually don't think he goes to New England, nor do I want him to.
Where does he go?
Here's why.
Oh, we're about to.
I love Julio Jones. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're fine.
For now.
I love Julio Jones, and I think he would, of course, make the Patriots better. Wide receiver is probably our greatest need outside of quarterback. But I think we add Julio Jones, even for 1 or 2 years. I don't think he makes us a Super Bowl contender. I think he makes us a better team. It's just on the fringe of the playoffs. Maybe wins 1 or 2 more games because of it. Sure, we'll be a better team, but I don't think it's the right move for the organization. We need to rebuild over the next couple of years. I wouldn't be surprised if he went there. I'll tell you where he's not going. Dallas. I think that he's probably going to Tennessee. Tennessee right spot for him.
Titans.
Who did he say?
Titans. He said
Oh,
Tennessee.
Okay, it's different.
Did you get the rest?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of bumbled up at the end, but we got.
You said
majority.
Tennessee. What'd you say? Why'd you say Tennessee?
I said Tennessee because that's where a great need is, and I think they'll spend the money to get him. Or the
Nice.
picks to get him.
All right. Anyone else?
For me, I would love to see him go to the Cardinals, but no. The other way. I would love to see him go to the Jets to be that big target for Zach Wilson. I think that'd be cool. I think it'd be fun to watch. But I do think he's going to go to the Cardinals.
All right.
Go ahead, Matt.
I think he's going to the Chargers. Only because I watched a podcast
Nice.
on it, and Chargers have the cap space and the need.
Okay, so hear me out. I want to say the Patriots because it's probably the most likely. I want to say Tennessee because that's the only place I want him to go if he goes somewhere. I could see Baltimore, but I'm actually going to choose the Indianapolis Colts because they have the greatest need for a receiver, and they are the closest team to making the Super Bowl, and I think he gets them to the Super Bowl.
Colts. That is who's the quarterback there?
Carson Wentz.
That's
Oh, boy.
that's putting a lot more faith in Carson Wentz than I have. I mean, I think he definitely makes it better. And it does put them closer to the Super Bowl. But I don't know if Wentz has the wherewithal right now to lead a team to the Super Bowl, even if he has a great team around him. I think he can, maybe after a year or so, getting his feet back under him.
The good news with Wentz is he's going back to the offensive coordinator he had with Philly during his best year. Frank Reich was his offensive coordinator. So that is the good news for sure.
I am a fan of – sorry. Matt, you go ahead. Let me be a servant.
Do we think if Julio goes to the Giants that they can take that division?
Probably. I know. I still think
and
Washington.
make a playoff run.
I don't think he goes to the Giants just because they spent tons of money on Galladay and a first-round pick on Tony.
Okay.
Plus, they have Slayton. And not to say Julio wouldn't be the best of them. He would be. But I don't think they take on more money at wide receiver after investing a first and a ton of money in Galladay.
Right.
It's so tricky projecting this because you know that the team that wants to trade for him has to be super apprehensive. Because while you love Julio Jones, he's a player that missed 7 games last year in his 31-year-old season. Players getting soft tissue injuries like hamstrings when they're that old, even though he is a legend like Julio Jones, and I expect him to do great things, you can give up a lot for a guy to miss half of a season. And if it's the last half of that season, your team's out of the playoffs, you gave up a first-round pick for a guy who's at the end of his career missed half the season. It's a scary thing. So it's hard predicting teams to do that, especially if Atlanta's only going to take a lot for him. And you're probably paying a lot of his contract, too.
No, they're only asking for a second-round pick.
When did that change?
That's yesterday, maybe?
I saw it yesterday, yeah.
Which I think
Okay.
if you're a team like the Cardinals who is definitely going for it, I think you take that shot. You know, DeAndre Hopkins already said he would restructure, which is awesome news because he would never do that with Texans. So the fact that he would do that, I'm sure JJ would do it. You know, he's already not making a ton, but I'm sure he would if that meant getting Julio Jones because those guys want to win. That's why JJ went there. He wants to win. I mean, it's questionable that he chose them if he wants to win, but adding Julio would make a great offense even better.
Yeah.
Anywho, like I was trying to say 30 minutes. I should have went before Mac. I thought he was going to say something. I am a fan of Carson Wentz. I think he kind of got the short end of the stick in Philadelphia. I don't know what they did. They changed everything. Injuries happened. They had a lot of injuries from the line, the receivers. They looked like the Patriots did last year. They just didn't have any receivers. I mean, Fulgham, is that his name? He was the leading receiver as a rookie,
Yeah.
and he had no catches basically in the second half of the season. But and like Wes said, he's going back to his quarterback whisperer, and I think he turns it around. And I think adding Julio Jones, I think that makes him a Super Bowl contender. And an AFC Championship contender.
If they can win their division. Those Titans are tough.
Wild card. They can get the wild card and go.
Yeah.
We got to roll.
Yep. Next up, Aaron Rodgers.
This might be bold. I'm going to say stay.
I like it.
I'm gonna say sit out a year.
Maybe not as bold.
I'll go Denver.
All right, hear me out. I love saying that. It's not a fair thing to say. I
All right, moving on.
I wanted to go to Julio Jones and Aaron Rodgers together because I was going to say this. They both go to Denver. And that is actually a rumor that I've been hearing more and more recently. I'm sure they're going to have to give up some of their young receivers and some draft picks, but Aaron Rodgers and Julio Jones going to Denver would be absolutely nuts.
You just made the argument for Julio going to
No,
the Colts.
I think he's going to the Colts, but I'm saying I think Rodgers is going to Denver no matter what.
Okay.
And if he goes there, and I think that might entice Julio Jones to go there more because they have the defense. I mean, both those teams have great defenses. So that's what I'm thinking.
Sorry, I was just thinking about Julio again. Would the Bills get Julio? Would he do anything with the Bills?
I mean, maybe, but I don't see that's their style.
I'm just thinking of like terms or teams that need it now, you know?
Anyway, moving
All right.
on. All right, final person. You know who it is. Deshaun Watson. I'm going to go a little bold on this one. I think he plays for the Miami Dolphins this year.
Who's next?
Not you, obviously.
Okay, then. I guess I'll go. I'm actually going to go with the Miami Dolphins as well. I think they're the most draft capital. Texans get a young quarterback in return to Tua. Apparently the Texans like getting fleeced by the Dolphins, so I could see them trading him there and maybe for Tua and like a third, and like get fleeced as always.
Typical.
But typical. But I mean, the way it's looking like now, it's been very quiet in Houston as far as Deshaun Watson goes. There was a video of him working out recently, but the way it looks like now is everyone's settling. So it's settle. So all the women who came out, they're all settling. They're all getting their settlements. So I really believe at most he gets a year. But nothing past that. I'm going to predict he gets an 8-game suspension, and then he comes back, and I think the Dolphins go right after him, even before he gets his suspension.
I'm going to go Eagles.
So,
You don't believe in Jalen Hurts?
Well, he's got the name Hurt in his name, so.
You must be an Allen. All right. That's all I have. I thought it'd be a little.
Can I say my
Yeah.
picks?
Sorry, you left and I didn't know you were coming back. Go ahead.
Sorry. I would not be shocked. I don't think this will happen. I know the Patriots just drafted Jones.
You're breaking up quite a bit.
Can't hear anything you're saying. I am not listening to this episode. Go ahead.
Try it again, Jake.
You're good right now. Never mind. You're frozen.
I'll go back. I'll edit it all in post.
Oh yeah, okay, that's good, Jake. I like that. That's a good take. All right. All right, moving on. That's all I have for that section. I thought it'd be kind of cool to see what y'all were thinking. Maybe we'll do this throughout the baseball season when it gets closer to the trade deadline and stuff. And off season for basketball is so much fun just to see the major names move and stuff. But I'm just gonna skim over basketball because we're running out of time and we'll go straight to trivia. So for basketball, you want to give me the series standings right now, Wes?
Yeah. Right now, the Grizzlies are up 1-0 to the Utah Jazz, number 1 seed. Big deal because Donovan Mitchell sat out game 1. Looks like the Nets are about to go up 2-0 on the Celtics. The Nuggets just tied the series 1-1 with the Blazers. The Bucks beat the doors off the Heat last night to make that series 2-0. The Knicks lost their first game against the Hawks. Trae Young went bananas. So the Hawks have a 1-0 lead. Phoenix goes for a 2-0 lead tonight against the Lakers. And the Wizards are down 1-0 to the 76ers. So
Did you say the Dallas Clippers? Did you say that?
Yeah,
one?
and Dallas is up 1-0 on the Clippers. So
They play tonight as well.
they play tonight at 9:30. Lakers Suns play at 9. So it'll be interesting to see how Chris Paul's shoulder is and LeBron James whatever it is that he always complain about. But I'm excited about honestly the 4-5 games in both conferences are awesome. So I will say.
All right. In 5 words or less, what have you liked? What haven't you liked? You can basically say what you just said, Wes.
4-5 seed Trae Young.
I like it.
Ooh. I need to think.
All right, I will go for the good one. Philadelphia 76ers
2 words.
are gonna sweep.
Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks, Anderson.
I like it.
Hey, one disappointment. It doesn't have to be 5 words, but it has to be short.
Disappointment.
Oh, well, one disappointment.
I'll go first. The letdown of the Clippers with 3 minutes left in the game. Absolutely horrendous. They let Dallas pull away from them and beat them, and they should have never done that. So now I think Dallas might win that series, even though Clippers were my favorite to win the whole thing.
Yeah, I feel that. How about the Heat? Disappointing because I expected them to upset, and they are not. So.
All right, Mac.
I don't have any.
All right. All right, yeah. So there it is. We'll probably do a little more next week. It'll be probably some of these series will be done. Hopefully, Lord willing. I don't think so, actually, maybe. But anyway, moving on to the most important part of the show when Jake loses every time, to trivia. And it's Mac's turn to do trivia because Jake stinks and he can't win a fixed game. All right, go ahead, Mac.
All right. So tonight, since we skimmed over NBA so fast, we're going to continue on with NBA trivia. The topic is dishonorable NBA stats. So we usually talk about the best, but now we're talking about the worst.
Hey.
So I've got 5 questions. First off, most free throws missed in a game.
Oh, I got this.
Got it.
All right. You guys want to guess or you want multiple choice?
I will guess.
All right.
Actually, it might be 2 guys.
I think I have a guess as well.
I have a guess.
Okay, so we're all guessing.
Dibs are going last.
Okay. How do we normally do this?
Just go in a circle around your screen.
All right, we'll go clockwise. Jake, Wes, James.
DeAndre Jordan.
All right.
Andre Drummond.
All right.
Andre Drummond.
It is Andre Drummond. He missed 23.
I think Andre Drummond is who I was thinking of.
The funny thing is the ESPN sports thing, that's their like interesting stat every episode. I don't know why they do it.
Oh, cool.
I was stuck between Dwight Howard and Andre Drummond, and I went with the worst free throw shooter, which is bad because they're both bad. But anyway,
DeAndre Jordan's really bad at free throws as well, correct?
Yes,
right.
he is.
Yeah. So you weren't far off. Okay. Yep, with 23. Okay. Most 3-pointers missed. This one's actually 2 people.
Like in a game?
In a game, yes. Sorry.
I have a guess again.
You can guess or we can do multiple choice.
If Wes isn't as confident as he think he is, I don't think I'm going to guess because there was someone else thinking, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait.
I have a guess. I'm ready to guess.
I'm going to guess.
All right. So we'll go Wes, Jake.
James Harden.
Okay.
James Harden.
Okay.
That was my guess.
So now do I do multiple choice?
Yes.
Yes.
Give options to James. So.
All right, James. Your 4 options are Russell Westbrook, Paul Pierce, James Harden, Brooke Lopez.
James Harden.
It is indeed James Harden. The other guy who's tied with him is Damon Stoudemire. And they missed. Let's do we'll go 1 extra point for, I know I said Andre Drummond's, but we'll go 1 extra point for how many missed.
Is it if you guess it right on or if you're close?
Guess it right on. Guess it right on.
For the 3-pointers.
For 3-pointers.
I will say 17.
Okay.
17. That's 16.
Okay.
Okay, mine was either 16 or 19, so let's go 18.
It It is 16. Okay, so let's see. Jake has 4.
No, I have 2.
Oh, Jake has 2. Wes has
I've got every question
5.
right on a guess.
I got
James has
3.
3. All right. You guys are gonna have to keep track of your own because I'm not. Okay. Worst free throw percentage in a game by a team.
Oh, but you.
Guess the team or the percentage?
Guess the team, and then we'll do percentage for an extra point.
I'll wait for multiple choice.
Multiple choice for sure.
I will go the Clippers.
All right. So we've got multiple choice. Philadelphia 76ers, Detroit Pistons, Chicago Bulls, Cleveland Cavaliers.
Can't change my answer.
Who's first? I believe I'm first, right?
I was going to be first, so
But you guessed.
Right. So
Yes.
Jake is first.
yes, that's
Okay,
correct.
I'll say Pistons.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Pistons as well.
It is the Pistons.
Rasheed
done,
Wallace,
guys.
Ben Wallace was a tip error.
Probably Andre Drummond, honestly.
Okay. And then guess the percentage for next.
Was it? It was. I was gonna say, was it the year Andre Drummond played? Closest or the exact? There's no way anyone's guessing exact.
Let's keep it up with exact.
Okay. I'll say 31%.
Okay.
43%.
Okay.
No way that's the lowest ever.
44%.
It is 18%.
Yeah.
All right. So nobody got that.
Is that possible?
They must not have shot very many free throws. They made like 1 of 8 or something. Or
What
2
year
of
was
8.
it? Do you have the year?
Let me see if I can find it.
Probably like 7 for 48.
I remember Ben Wallace was a terrible free throw shooter.
He was, but Rasheed was decent.
Yeah, and so was Rip Hamilton and Chauncey Billups.
Jay Shaw Prince, great team. Oh,
I used to live 15 minutes from the Palace back then. I used to go to all kinds of games. So much fun.
2016, 2017 series.
yeah,
So it was Drummond, yeah.
yeah.
It was
Drummond.
3 for 17.
That's prime Drummond.
Prime.
So
All
bad.
right. Moving on.
I have 6.
I have 3.
Jake, how many you got?
He has 3 as well, I believe.
All right.
Oh, yes, 3. I have 3. Yep.
Most 3-pointers missed by a team.
I'm gonna guess on this one.
I'm gonna guess on this one.
Okay. Jake, you want to guess or multiple choice?
Jake is frozen.
That's fine.
He was gonna lose anyways. We're gonna say the same. Me and Wes are gonna say the same
I
thing.
think you guys are too. Okay. So we'll go James first.
Rockets.
Rockets.
It is not the Rockets.
It's probably the Warriors, isn't it?
It is not the Warriors. It is the Denver Nuggets, 2012-2013 season.
That was when they had Carmelo and AI, wasn't it? No,
Uh,
AI was
looks
retired
like-
by then, probably.
Ty Lawson, J.R. Smith, somewhere around that era. All right. Now, how many did they miss? For 1 extra point.
All right, wait. Jake's about to come back in and see if he guesses.
Hopefully, you didn't hear the team.
I doubt he was. He's in here. Jake,
He's connecting.
this is the worst.
Jake.
All right.
All right, Jake, do you want to guess or do you want multiple choice?
Yeah, I guess I think they hold both. So Houston Rockets.
It is not the Rockets.
Good guess. That's what
I bet it's the Denver Nuggets.
Hey, it's the Denver Nuggets. Okay, now how many did they miss?
I mean, how many did the Rockets miss that one game where they missed a crap ton?
That was a playoff game, though.
Does it change my question?
29. 29.
What did you say? 29?
Yeah, 29.
Let's say 24.
26.
It is 22.
Did I get a point for being closest?
No.
No, stop asking.
The
me, please.
Rockets
All right.
missed 27 in a row in the playoffs.
All right. Final question. Can we get a score breakdown?
6,
I have
3.
3.
Nice. All right. So I think Wes has got this in the bag, unless somebody gets it and the percentage.
This one's actually worth 3 points.
Nice. Worst 3 points. Worst career 3-point percentage.
Was there like a stipulation, like how many games they played?
How many shots they took? They took like 1-3 and missed
All right.
it.
Hold on.
or
Hold on. Let me see what the article says.
Minimum 100 3-pointers taken.
You know who has one of the highest percentages? Timmy Duncan. He's like 2 for 2.
So does Seth Curry. He's like,
Well, he takes a lot though.
Okay,
So,
more
kinda
than
disappointed with that.
2,000, over 2,000 3-point
Oh.
attempts.
That's a lot.
okay, over 2,000 3-pointers.
Thousands a lot.
Yeah, give me multiple.
All right, we all want multiple choice.
No, because I got to catch up.
All right,
Um,
hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
that's a lot of 3 shots. I want to say Draymond Green because he's but I won't.
Got a backpack on.
Wish you would give me a time frame.
I'm going to say J.R. Smith.
That's your guess?
Yep.
All right, recorded.
Locked it in there.
Over 2,000. That's a lot of shots.
I'm sorry,
There's
just
a lot
taking
of
me a minute.
shots.
There's a lot of people in the NBA. I don't even know if this person to play. Can you tell me that?
I can't say that.
I hate
No.
you. I have.
So then wait for multiple choice.
How many can I get with multiple choice?
I don't know.
3? All right, let's do it.
All right, 3. Okay.
Well, then
Is
I'm waiting.
Is it Draymond Green, Russell Westbrook, Charles Barkley, Rajon Rondo?
They're all
I'm
so
going to say Rondo.
You already guessed Jared.
Mr. J.R. Smith.
That was before you made the point 3 questions for multiple choice.
Okay, it was fair.
I'll go
Or
Charles.
J.R. Smith.
I'll go Charles Barkley. Why not?
Okay.
I don't think he shot that many though.
I don't think he did either. I'm gonna go Russell Westbrook.
It is Charles Barkley.
Hey, tie game for
Tie
Wes
game.
and James.
Okay.
Good
then-
win, Wes.
Oh, that dang
You know who didn't
3-pointer.
win though? Jake didn't win.
Okay, but we'll go
I didn't
closest
take last.
closest to the percentage
Okay.
for the
Okay.
winner.
He already won.
Who
It's
already
6
won?
to 6.
Oh, we're not counting
Oh,
James.
you're actually counting that as 3 points.
I don't know. I don't know if there's like a how we
Mac,
do
you're the
trivia
captain.
or-
You're the
Okay.
captain of the ship. So yes.
All right.
Stupid.
Sorry, Wes. We just have to make it interesting.
The only thing that matters is Jake didn't win. So we're good.
Okay. Okay. Closest to the percentage between James and Wes.
Okay.
I'll go first since I kind of gypped you.
We could do it at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. Give me a second though. Okay, I'm ready.
Sure. Let's go for it.
3, 2, 1, 17.
8.
It is 26.6. Wes, you win.
Wow, that's a lot higher than I thought it was actually. For the lowest,
Yeah.
With 2003s, yeah. Figure. If you shot 2003s, you have to at least have some reason to shoot them. If you shooting 8% and shot 2,000 of them, you have no business shooting ever.
well, I don't know why he shot. He shouldn't have been. He's a good post player, but that's none of my
Chuck
business.
does what Chuck wants.
Anywho, that's all we have. Thanks for listening. Sorry it was a longer episode, and sorry I lied to you at the beginning that we're going to talk a lot of basketball, and we literally didn't talk any, but for 2 seconds. That's all we have. Follow us on all the platforms. This is where Jake comes in, and he'll do this and fix all this. Thank you, and this has been the Swing and Bite podcast. Thank you.